Ladies and gentlemen, I am James Phoenix, and welcome to our D23 Summer of Disney coverage. This will be our final D23 video of the year, where we're going to take a look at the news regarding Disney's theme parks around the world, as well as some of the extras that were talked about, or basically anything else happened at D23 that we want to cover. Joining me for this video, from over at the Preview Productions and other assorted things that she does, is Anastasia Lazerbeam.
Hello.
Hello. Unfortunately, Marcus Shadow and Chris the Mole couldn't make this one. Chris the Mole didn't have a particular interest in this one anyway, and Marcus Shadow didn't really have a whole lot of interest either, so we're going to talk about this stuff. And as we're going to go through some theme park news first, and then at the end of it, I'm going to talk about one or two other things that I just felt deserved to mention here regarding the D23. So I'll start with theme park news. So, Pia, why don't you give us your first piece of theme park news?
All right. Disney's gonna kick off, or I guess has been kicking off their 24-hour 2015 event for like the 60th anniversary of the Disneyland.
Cool.
And pretty much, if you know, the Disney parks do close. So yeah, keep going 24/7. And pretty much it's just like a nonstop barrage of parades and songs and stuff, like all over. You can pretty much, if you've seen Fantasmic, where they do all the water scenes and then they do projectors on it, just imagine that like everywhere. It's pretty much just like the light show, and it's been fantastic.
You might also know Fantasmic as the attraction where the real Maleficent and Chernobog hid when they were trying to get away from the Kingdom Keepers.
Yeah.
Available now in wherever fine books are sold. Fair enough. That's cool. Yeah, I know Disneyland had the big 60th anniversary, which is pretty cool.
It's pretty sweet.
That is pretty sweet. I like the fact that they're doing all kinds of neat stuff for that. I like that. Good stuff. Yeah, 60 years of innovation, they're calling it. In addition to the strictly Disneyland thing, they're also celebrating that as well. They're also doing a Disneyland celebration at the Walt Disney Archives, actually. They exhibited that as well during D23. Which is pretty awesome.
Yep.
Good stuff. All right. So next up on the list, just so I know, what is the other item you have so I don't take it?
Oh, what?
I said, what is the other thing that you had to mention so I don't accidentally take it on you?
Let me go back right here, and they're setting up a Sleeping Beauty resort.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Fair enough. Okay, there's plenty of other things to mention. So, all kinds of stuff happening at the Soaring with Parks and Resorts panel at the D23. All kinds of great stuff. So, first up was the galaxy far, far away just got a whole lot closer.
Woo!
The freshly announced Star Wars Land that will be coming to the Disney resorts in both California and Florida. Going to be a lot of fun out in California. That's going to, I believe, where they said this is going to be. It's going to be at the Disney Hollywood Studios in Florida and right on Disneyland proper in California. They gave guests an exclusive look at the projected plans for this, revealing that it would center on the incredibly immersive environment of an entirely new planet, while also offering experiences of Star Wars characters and worlds, including the ability to fly a thrilling mission aboard the Millennium Falcon. All kinds of cool like that. They announced that the Star Wars experiences will actually be debuting in the next few months, including Star Wars Launch Bay, an interactive experience that can take guests at Hollywood Studios in Florida and the Disneyland Park, California, into the upcoming Force Awakens film, as well as the other 6 films in the Star Wars saga. It's a new seasonal event beginning in early 2016. It's going to feature at Disneyland, and a crowd-pleasing announcement will be Hyperspace Mountain, reimagining of the classic Space Mountain attraction, in which guests will join an X-Wing starfighter battle.
Woo!
thanks to projection technology and other effects. Also later this year, Star Tours, The Adventure Continues at Disney Hollywood Studios at both, will incorporate a new destination planet from the upcoming film Star Wars The Force Awakens. So that's neat.
Yay.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Let's see here. Yeah. Okay. So why don't you go through your Sleeping Beauty thing there, View?
All right. So basically, a resort is going to be all Sleeping Beauty themed. It's called Wake Up with Sleeping Beauty. Isn't it? Because, ta-da!
Ta-da!
Pretty much for any gold members and gold and silver members, and this is, because you're part of the Disney Club or whatever, you're going to have access to pretty much a whole bunch of characters from, like, various other Disney films, as well as a whole bunch of exclusive content and stuff from Sleeping Beauty. Like, there's apparently, you can see the original script they used for the Sleeping Beauty. You can see artwork and design, character models and stuff. Pretty much, it's all about celebrating the film. It's pretty awesome. It's only for, I think, the summer, but it's really cool that they're dedicating, like, the whole freaking hotel, or this particular hotel, to just one film.
That's pretty awesome. I like that. That's pretty cool. I like that. So, good stuff. Good stuff. And was that the Florida or the California?
I'm pretty sure it's Florida because everything in California sucks, but
Ha.
Yeah, it's
Fair
Disney
enough.
World. It's Disney World, so it's the good
Florida.
one.
Fair enough.
It's the good one.
Yep. All right.
You have Disneyland, and then you have Disney Euro trash. No.
Ah.
It's just because Euro Disney is shit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's better than nothing, but it's compared to the other ones, it's like
Yeah. So, also announced was that there were plans to take you to infinity and beyond with the new 11 acres Toy Story Land.
Woo!
It's a much incredible immersive experience, much like the Cars Land that's currently a Disney California Adventure.
Gross.
In this one, you'll be basically the size of Woody and his friends in the Toys world, and enter the world of Andy's backyard. And you get all kinds of things like a family roller coaster on the back, a Slinky Dog, and all kinds of cool stuff like that.
Fun stuff.
And that is at Disney Hollywood Studios. That's in the Florida one, just for the record.
Everything's awesome in the Florida one.
All right, and that was all you had, right?
Yes.
No, I'm just going to keep going then. Let's keep the train rolling. Also announced was over at the Disney's Animal Kingdom in Florida. They introduced an expansion of Sunset Kilimanjaro Safaris, which is being extended for a new nighttime adventure next spring. You can travel through the African savanna amid the magically extended orange glow of the setting sun, with two fascinating species new to the attraction: African wild dogs and hyenas.
Woo!
Then they also shared plans for Pandora, the world of Avatar, because apparently Disney's involved with that now.
That's gross.
Which is a perfect fit for Animal Kingdom, because apparently blue people are not people, they're animals. Bunch of racist.
Yeah. Also, it doesn't work like that because everything in Pandora was connected to the life tree because they all have that USB head part. So,
Okay, then.
No, because literally, they have this like special nerve endings in their like hair tail thing, and the whole freaking forest and everything is one giant nervous system. So everybody can like link up to the whole like and experience the whole forest. So it wouldn't work just to bring some of the people in because it's like having parts of a body being brought in.
All right,
the
then.
whole thing works like one body. Which fucking would not work in anything because things eat other things or whatever, but whatever. The whole thing's stupid.
So apparently, to make this whole thing, James Cameron's organization, Lightstorm, is teaming up with Walt Disney Imagineering to put this thing together. James Cameron and John Landau were there at the event, and they emphasized the overwhelming imagination of the Disney team, saying And Cameron explained the first time he met the Imagineers, his reaction was, "These guys are crazy," as they exceeded even his expectations. They emphasized that world will offer a sense of beauty that people want to be a part of, and they screened some behind-the-scenes video of it, some craftsmanship, da-da-da-da-da. They wanted to create a world that would be not just fantastic, but also meaningful to people. And the centerpiece of that land will be the Flight of Passage, a personalized experience that will take the illusion of flying to a whole new cutting-edge level.
Woo!
That's pretty awesome. And then of course, we had to cover this. So then we went over to another Imagineer. For a never before seen look for guests at the in progress Hong Kong Disneyland.
Oh yeah, I forgot that exists.
Yeah, the new Hong Kong Disneyland attraction they're making, Iron Man Experience. And this is the first
Iron Man Experience. It means you get to have, basically, you should be a dick to someone and literally bit slap them with money. Be like, "I'm Iron Man, fuck you," and just throw money at them, and you'll be like, "Oh, pick up that money, fucking peasant."
All right, you slap them with a money cock.
Yeah, there you go. Slap them with a money cock, and then you go, "Oh, fuck you, I'm Iron Man."
Basically.
Yeah, I would pay for that experience.
And then you get trashed on whiskey.
Yes, you get drunk and just slap people with your money dick.
Yeah. So this is being put together. It's the first Marvel attraction at any Disney park in the world, and it's being created with the combined talents of Walt Disney and Industrial Light and Magic.
Well, I'd also argue that if they're doing this for the first time, I bet they're going to do it in Hong Kong. So if they fuck it up or have improvements for other ones, they'll save the refined one for the other bigger parks. No offense.
Wouldn't shock me. They did you showed some insider art in a never before seen video. The audience got to see how a flight aboard the Iron Wing becomes a battle with the evil forces of Hydra.
Cool.
And then the audience went wild with a surprise because, given that this is a Marvel thing, of course Stan Lee had to show up.
Of course.
And he apparently, a surprise appearance, he apparently was in the audience, and he even stole the show from Iron Man himself, who made a delayed appearance. I believe that's the suit Iron Man, not actually Robert Downey Jr. So that was a thing. Also, coming all the way from China, they got to take a look at the in-progress Shanghai Disneyland, including the new ultra-innovative Tron Light Cycle attraction.
Cool.
Simulating what it's like to ride an individual light cycle through the digital world of Tron. Which sounds awesome, and I hope they bring that over here.
Like I said, they're bringing out all the stuff now so they can refine it and bring it to us. Because I don't
True.
want to one. Because if you don't know, Disney attractions have a lot of time for breaking down.
Yeah. That is true. Yeah. Also, by the way, fun fact, if you want an actual light cycle, if you go on the internet, you could buy yourself an actual street legal light just like from Tron Legacy light cycle for $50,000.
Yeah, who's gonna fucking do that?
Rich people. Moving on. So, let's see. They wrapped up the presentation mentioning they soared today, and they made one more announcement, and that's that guests at the Florida and California parks will fly above some of the world's most unique landscapes with the new Soarin' Around the World, made possible with the Soarin' attraction, with cutting-edge Imagineering Magic, which will debut next year.
That's actually good. And I like how they include all your senses, including smell.
Indeed, indeed.
Because I actually went on and my parents made it, like, we were about to do a closing. We were like, no, this is the last thing we have to experience before we leave.
Mm-hmm. Now, I mentioned the Shanghai Disneyland. I'd like to go back to that for a second. Because not only will they have the Iron Man attraction, but they actually revealed the full details of what that park will entail when it's built. They had a scale model of it. And Chairman and CEO Bob Iger was actually at the Shanghai Expo Center. He was there live from the Expo Center. And they're building something truly special. It's going to be a joint venture between Disney and its partner Shanghai Shendi Group. And it's going to have 6 themed lands. Those lands will be as follows. Adventure Isle will immerse guests in a newly discovered lost world filled with hidden treasures. The Roaring Mountain will tower over the guests, and they'll blaze their own trails at Camp Discovery. That'll also have Soaring Over the Horizon, or embark on a thrilling rafting adventure through the heart of Adventure Isle on Roaring Rapids.
Hey, that's where the Jake and the Neverland Pirates come back.
Yes. Then Then we've got the Gardens of Imagination. Guests will take a spin on the Fantasia Carousel, soar on the back of Dumbo the Flying Elephant, enjoy the area's iconic Disney entertainment, including castle stage shows, and Ignite the Dream, a nighttime spectacular of magic and light. Also, from several places in there, you'll enjoy Mickey's Storybook Express, a parade with its own musical soundtrack and colorful performers, on the longest parade route in any Disney park.
And that's something, because they have fucking long, like, 2-hour long parades.
Oh, yeah. Then you will have Mickey Avenue. The first main entry to Disney Park inspired by Mickey and his friends. In there, guests will share a hug, get a photo with some Disney characters. There's an arcade in there, the Avenue M Arcade, many shops, largest selection of gifts and collectibles inside the park.
Woo!
Then, sticking with some of the classics, there will be Tomorrowland.
Fuck yeah, there better be.
Celebrates limitless possibilities. Its innovative use technology has produced a land where guests will go to infinity and beyond on Buzz Lightyear Planet Rescue, a new Space Ranger adventure, or break the bonds of gravity on jetpacks. A massive color-shifting canopy lures guests to the Tron Light Cycle Power Run, a coaster-style attraction where guests board a train of two-wheeled light cycles for one of the most thrilling adventures in any Disney park.
Tomorrowland is probably one of the most, one of my favorite parks in there, just because me and my dad were super into like sci-fi and stuff.
Nice.
And also, we actually got thrown out of the me and my sister. It was funny because this was when we were younger and we were like too scared to go on the alien thing. So when my parents were going on the alien thing, we went on the thing that takes you inside Epcot or whatever.
Okay.
This wasn't in Tomorrowland, but it just reminded me of the future. I just realized that, but it was in Epcot because we went around the ball. We got thrown out of there because we kept going on there like every single time because our parents hadn't come back for us yet, and we can't like just go off and like never find your fucking kids again. End up in the small world. But yeah, so we just kept doing that. Apparently, you're not supposed to keep repeating like the same ride over and over again. Although there's no rule against it or whatever, but it pisses them off. So like, yeah, you just stay here and wait.
Fair enough. Let's see what else we got here. Then we have Treasure Cove.
Cool.
That'll be the first pirate-themed land in the Disney park, so that's where Jake and Neverland Pirates will be. And you'll be able to join the adventures of Captain Jack Sparrow and Davy Jones in the Pirates of the Caribbean Battle for the Sunken Treasure attraction. That transforms a boat ride into a cutting-edge journey with cutting-edge innovations in robotics, animation, set design, and multimedia. You can also board a pirate ship, paddle through the scenic cove on explorer canoes, and dine at Barbossa's Bounty. And finally, you will have Fantasyland. Inspired by the animated films, will be the largest land and home to the Enchanted Storybook Castle. You can experience familiar Disney stories as they ride the voyage to the Crystal Grotto, go in and out of tunnels with dazzling diamonds on the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, and take flight over the skies of London on Peter Pan's Flight. You can also explore the 100-Acre Wood with Winnie the Pooh or follow Alice through a Wonderland maze.
That sounds freaking awesome.
Also, 2 experiences created specifically for the Shanghai Disneyland will be located near Tomorrowland. There will be the Marvel superheroes thing that we mentioned before with the Iron Man ride and whatnot, and also the Star Wars launch bay will be a celebration of the Star Wars galaxy. Good stuff. Also, at the park center, the Enchanted Storybook Castle will be the tallest, largest, and most interactive castle at any Disney park. And it's also the first castle in a Disney park to represent all the Disney princesses.
But you said Storybook. I'm not hearing anything Storybook related.
What do you mean?
Well, they're all like Disney characters, but I'm not like, does it have Emma? Does it have like,
No. Storybook, not Storybrooke.
I thought you said Storybrooke. I was like, oh wait, they're finally acknowledging it.
No, that would have been amazing. That would have been amazing, but no, Storybook. Sorry.
I thought you said Storybrooke, and I'm like, this sounds fucking awesome. I'm like, wait, no.
No, I want a Storybrooke Castle too, but no, that's not going to be a thing. Sadly, it's not going to be Regina's castle. I wish it was, but it's not.
Could it be your mom's Summer Palace or Snow White's?
There you go. So that's cool. Also, the resort will feature 2 unique hotels, the Art Nouveau-inspired Shanghai Disneyland Hotel and the Toy Story Hotel, inspired by the films. The Disneytown Shopping, Dining, and Entertainment District will be home to the Walt Disney Grand Theater, which will be the separate ticket venue for the global premiere in Mandarin of Disney's theatrical event, The Lion King.
Woo!
And the nearby Wishing Star Park has natural wonders that include gardens and glittering lake. So, sounds like a lot of nice stuff at the Shanghai Disneyland. So, if you're in China, check that out. Good stuff. All right. So, we got that out of the way. Was there any other particular things you wanted to mention that were not covered in any of the other videos, Pew?
Not particularly.
Okay. I will just make a note here for people. There were a lot of other stuff that you can go find out about, but it wasn't really announcements, just celebrations of many things. There was Disney on Broadway, the originals, starring James Monroe Iglehart, who plays Genie in the Aladdin on Broadway. That's sort of cool Broadway stuff. There was a celebration of Disney TV animation. We talked a little bit about that yesterday. Some Imagineering. There was Welcome to Zootopia regarding that film. Pixar Secrets panel. Toy Story 20 years later, all kinds of good stuff. Once Upon a Time, an Evening with Snow White and the Queen, where they did reveal the trailer, which we mentioned that before, the trailer to the season 5. So that was out there. There's a panel about Aladdin, all kinds of good stuff. There was a Frozen extravaganza, because of course there was. Frozen Fandemonium. Sorry. Disney in Concert, Silly Symphonies, all kinds of great panels that you can find out information about. We're not going to cover all those here. It would just be too much. But the last thing I do want to discuss, if you'll join me, Pew.
Yeah?
Is I want to discuss this year's class of Disney Legends. I don't know if you're familiar with the Disney Legends program. But it's sort of like a Disney Hall of Fame, if you will. For the last 28 years or so, every year Disney has honored those who make significant contributions to the Disney legacy by naming them Disney Legends. And they can be any type of, they can be a contributor in any manner to be named Disney Legends. And so there are a variety of people being named Disney Legends this year. To mention some of these fine folks who are being inducted this year. And it's all aspects of Disney, not just the aspects you normally think of when you think of Disney. So this year's honorees, I just talk about them a little bit and mention that why it's cool that they are being honored. And there was an official induction ceremony and whatnot. So in alphabetical order, the honorees include George Bodenheimer, the former executive chairman of ESPN, which is Disney-owned. A lot of people don't know that. So he is being honored for his longtime role running that.
Yep.
Then we also have Andreas Deha, who was one of the an amazing animator known for animating Gaston in Beauty and the Beast, Jafar in Aladdin, Scar for the Lion King. Also animating heroes like Hercules, Lilo from Lilo and Stitch, King Triton in The Little Mermaid, and Mama Odie from Princess and the Frog, and Tigger from Winnie the Pooh.
Cool.
So he's animated those people, so that's cool. We have Ivan Earl, one of the great Disney artists again. He did the visual styling and the backgrounds for things like Beauty and the Beast, did background work on Peter Pan, a bunch of short films, and he also won an Academy Award for Best Short Subject for his cartoon Toot, Whistle, Plunk, and Bloom from 1953.
Wow.
So that's pretty neat. So he's been inducted and honored. Also being inducted, Danny Elfman, who needs really no introduction.
He's written so many amazing freaking songs. His name is just fucking everywhere.
Pretty much. In this case specifically, he's known for having provided the scores. Of course, the iconic score for The Nightmare Before Christmas.
He was on that freaking Batman '89 thing, too. I didn't even know that.
Hey, I didn't know that either. Cool. He also scored films like...
That film is shit, but, I'm sorry, anyone who likes it, but the music was good.
Yeah, he also scored the Tim Burton Alice in Wonderland. He did Avengers Age of Ultron, the Dick Tracy movie, Dead Presidents, Flubber, Good Will Hunting, Civil Action, Instinct, Frankenweenie, and Oz the Great and Powerful, among many, many others. Plus, he wrote the theme for Desperate Housewives, if you don't know that.
Yep.
So that's a cool thing. Also penned the music for the Mystic Manor attraction at Hong Kong Disneyland. His music is also featured in the Disneyland annual Haunted Mansion Holiday because they turn it into a freaking Nightmare Before Christmas ride. Upcoming, and of course, he's doing the music again for Alice in Wonderland Through the Looking Glass coming up soon from Disney Production. I suppose this is appropriate, given the situation, given that it's fun that they've taken ownership. It makes sense. Also being conducted this year, George Lucas.
Because fuck you, money.
Pretty much. And mind you, it's not just that, but it's also he also did Captain EO. The also Michael Jackson attraction that's been at the parks for years and years. Starring Michael Jackson, directed by Francis Ford Coppola. Of course, Star Tours was with him because they've had Star Tours for decades now since the original films came out. And also the Indiana Jones Adventure at Disneyland and the Indiana Jones Epic Stunt Spectacular at Hollywood Studios were also him. Because he's the Indiana Jones guy too. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
We're also inducting Susan Lucci.
Cool.
For her, and I'm not even joking. 41 years on All My Children.
Wow.
That is impressive. Playing the course Erica Kane, who, by the way, TV Guide deemed unequivocally the most famous character in the history of daytime television.
Are you really going to go through all 60 years? And is it going to take 60 years?
What do you mean?
Yeah, I mean, of all the people in the last 60 years who were significant to Disney.
No. I'm just reading the dozen or so that were from this year.
Okay, so I was about to say, then it's gonna.
No, I'm not reading the entire Disney Legends. Like I said, they've done 8 to 10 of them every year for 28 years. I'm just doing this year's new inductees.
Okay, I was about to say, I just want to make sure you're not going through 60 years.
No. That would be a very long video. We're not doing that tonight.
Okay.
Yeah. So Susan Lucci being inducted for all her contributions to all the various shows on ABC. They also occasionally will do some posthumous inductions. They like to do that. So, Julie Frame Castelletto, who was kind of cool. She began her career as a Disney tour guide and became Disneyland's first ever ambassador in 1965. A role which was created to help Walt, who found it increasingly difficult to do all the stuff that he was invited to because everybody wanted Walt Disney. So, as her first ambassador, she was chosen as a personification of Disneyland's world-famous spirit of friendliness and happiness. And she became the template upon which decades of ambassadors would pattern themselves. So, good for you. That's pretty cool.
Okay.
And the last one for this year is Carson Van Austin, who oversaw creative content for motion picture tie-in advertising, many Disney publications, and established some of the first licensing style guides for Disney consumer products, designing logos for Mickey Mouse's 50th and 60th birthdays and many other stuff like that there. Many marketing stuff that he did. So he's also being inducted and honored this year. Very cool. Of course, all the honorees receive a 2 foot tall bronze Disney Legend sculpture that signifies the imagination, creativity, and magic they've brought. And they also get to participate in a handprint ceremony at the end of the event where they get their prints displayed at the Disney Legends Plaza at the company's Burbank headquarters. It's sort of like the Disney Walk of Fame, if you will. So good stuff like that.
Woo.
For the record, there are a total of 257 legends in the Hall of Fame right now, including these new folks. So that's cool.
Yay!
Indeed. So I just want to talk about congratulations to all those legends. It sounds like you all deserve it. Way to be in the Hall of Fame. Applause. Applause. Insert applause.
Yay!
Woo! Wait a minute. I don't have to insert applause. I have an applause button. There we go. All right. So congratulations to the Disney Legends. And we hope you enjoyed finding out everything about D23. It was great. If you want to learn more, go to D23.com, where you can find out all sorts of things for both the Expo and other great Disney news all year round. If you're a Disney fan, you should check it out regularly. I do. So keep an eye out for that stuff. And we will see you next year for more D23 coverage. And, of course, a lot sooner for more great X-Pound content, including tomorrow's Summer of Disney Who Framed Roger Rabbit review, which will be a lot of fun. And, of course, coming in September, the final of the Not officially part of the summer Disney, but the final look at the at season 4 of Once Upon a Time will also be included there. And don't forget our coming up end of the month, both our punch starter for a Disney movie made out of a non-Disney movie, and of course, which is also another great part of our summer Disney. So, sitting over all that, and thank you, Pew, for joining me for this little video here.
Woohoo!
And until next time, I'm James Phoenix. Peace.
Yo.
And may Disney magic live on with you all, I guess.